Hi, my name is Eloise Duffy, and this is just a little introduction of myself. So, my past acting experience, I have been part of the Stagecoach Performing Arts acting agency since I was 4 years old, and I left in 2022. So, I did that for 13 years. So I did that every Saturday, and over that time I managed to have so many incredible opportunities, like performing the Addams Family at His Majesty's Theatre, and I was Pugsley, and I did this at the age of 10, so that was definitely such a specific memory of mine that I'm never ever going to forget about. It was absolutely insane. And we also performed at the Adelphi Theatre, and we also managed to work with loads of different directors and have a really good sense of just how it all sort of worked in the professional industry. And then also at Stagecoach I have had roles such as Calamity Jane, when we performed Calamity Jane the musical. And that was always so fun, doing the accents. And yeah, everything about it. It was just such a jolly, light-hearted, really comical musical that I could definitely do again. I was a big kid in Matilda, and we put on so many productions, but my first one was being in the ensemble for Les Miserables. And another highlight moment was when I was 7, I want to say, in 2013. I was part of the UK tour of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. And so sort of telling my friends that, I'm in a show tonight for a week, it was crazy. And I just couldn't fathom it, to be honest, but that definitely started to spark my interest into that sort of industry from that age. And then I joined the British Theatre Academy, where we did the production of Matilda Junior, Moana, and we did Seussical. And the British Theatre Academy, they very much are professional. We put Moana on in 8 weeks. It was very much boom, 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 and all of the choreography and all of the productions, they were performed at such a high level, and that definitely did open my eyes to what the industry was sort of like in that respect, and what they almost expected of you. So yeah. I would love to be an actor because, there's so many reasons, but I just love, first of all, I love being on stage, and I love enrolling myself into a completely different character and how you can adapt it to who you think that sort of role comes across as you perform it. That's always just been so interesting to me, and I love how you can just engage an audience and transform them into a completely different world. Oh yes, that's what I honestly love. And from this training, I just really hope to expand my horizons and learn new skills, because at the end of the day, the amount of skills that you can learn is honestly endless, in my opinion. So yeah, and I just feel I wouldn't say a weakness, but something that I'd definitely like to develop on in the future would probably be my variety and physicality. When I perform, just to adapt it a bit more, just to make it a bit more different. And I just love to explore different ways of how to do that, and rather than it not looking awkward, but I'd rather it look natural than staged. So yeah, I definitely think that could be developed in the future, and hopefully this training would give me some guidance in how to do that and exercises and practicalities I could potentially do. But I definitely say one of my stronger elements are my facial expressions, and I guess like the understanding of the character and almost like their intentions and how they want to portray across to an audience. Yeah. What else? So I definitely say that my mum is my biggest inspiration. She is very much, she's always just been such an outgoing, really open-minded, not just mum, but human in general. Like, she'll always take on new opportunities. She'll always put 100% into whatever she does, and she'll always do whatever she does to the best of her ability. And also making the most of each experience. And yeah, she's just really taught me that life is just worth living for yourself, and like your life is what you make it, and this idea of like knowledge is power. So yeah, she's always just been such an inspiration in so many different ways that I could go on for years about, but we don't have that time. My family and friends, some family members at the start were definitely like, do you think this is, because it's such a competitive industry, do you think this is wise to put your heart and soul into it and go down that path? I evidently said yes. Because at the end of the day, I want to like live my life in a way that I want to enjoy it. I want to enjoy what I do every day to the best of my ability, and acting and any sort of theatre, to be honest, is just always, there's never a dull moment. Every day is different. Yeah, and it's just so fascinating learning about everything. Yeah, but I managed to persuade them, so it's fine. Yeah. And what I also love to do in my free time is play football. I was a really committed footballer until the age of 16. I was training with Chelsea Foundation for the women's team, and also was part of the Brighton development squad. However, because it was such a big commitment as well as acting as well, at the end of the day, I had to make a choice, and I had to make a sacrifice, to be honest, and I had to sacrifice my love of football, but I can still do that at college. But I know I can now give myself the opportunity and broaden my horizons more in the area that I love, which is acting. So